Okay, welcome to another episode of Food by Chef Chomzy. Yes, today we are going to be bringing to you Ofe Owerri, that's Owerri soup. So if you don't know how to prepare Ofe Owerri, if you don't know about it, if you have not seen it before, just stay tuned and watch us do justice to it. Okay, here are our ingredients for this soup. We have our beef, we have our mother's animal skin, we have another animal skin there, all are different shades. We have our ogo, we have our snail. Of course, if you are preparing Ofe Owerri and you don't have snail on it, my dear, you need to start afresh. We have our cocoyam, we have our dry fish, our stockfish, our asam, that's periwinkle. We have our okaze leaf too. So, and other ingredients that you see us using today. So, I appreciate if you stay tuned and do this cooking with us. Let's go there. So, firstly, we are going to introduce our beef. You can use any choice of your own protein. This is my own choice. Some do use shake or towel, anything you call it. Some do use intestine, but you can use any one of your choice. But this is my own choice. That's what I'm going to be using today. So, I'm going to spice it with our little bouillon cube. That's our Maggi. So I'm going to put in a little of it. And I'm going to be using chili pepper instead of fresh pepper. I'll still be using fresh pepper, but for this session I'm going to be using chili pepper for it. Just a little, because I want to get that taste of the chili pepper on it. So I'm going to be adding our salt to it. Just a little salt. Please be mindful of your salt when cooking. So I like to add a little water, just little. Just if you can say maybe 50 grams of water is okay. So now light our oven. So while I do this, I'll just cover it up. The next I'll be adding is I'm going to be adding our stockfish, the mother's animal skin, the snail, everything I'll be adding it next. Then I will add my fresh pepper to it. We're going to boil our cocoyam. Yes, we are going to have it boiled, but before we do that, we need to go wash it properly before boiling it. So just stay tuned. Just know that the next stage is to boil the cocoyam. Boil it. After boiling it, you need to blend it. You can use your mortar or you can use your blender, anyone that works best for you. Now we need to add other of our protein. This smells nice. So we're going to be adding our pomo to allow everything blend together. And also our stockfish. If you don't know Ofe Owerri, go back to Owerri. So I'll need to be topping the water now, so that it can cook very well. Then I'll now add my fresh pepper. You can choose to add your pepper anytime you want, but I'm adding mine now. So I don't want it too spicy. That's too pepperish, so I have to go with a little pepper. I think for now, this is all we need to add for now. We need to leave it to come to a boil, so it will cook very well. You know, sometimes some stockfish can be very hard, and that's animal skin too. So now we're going to check what we are cooking. As you can see, it's bubbling. Okay, now I'm going to introduce our red oil to it. So be careful with your oil. So I think I'm okay with this. Maybe I can still adjust. That's it, I'll be need for it. So So for this now, since I've added my oil, I'll just go ahead and add my cocoyam at the same time so all of them can be mixing up together. So I need to add it bit by bit so all of them can dissolve very well. Bit by bit. If you don't want the soup too thick, you can reduce your cocoyam. But if you want it to be like odogu soup, please kindly increase the cocoyam you'll be adding to it. So, but for me, I don't want it too thick or too light. So for now, I'm going to stick to this. I think I'm okay with this. So I'm done with this. So I'll be adding my ogiri. Ogiri in the name. So you can add as much as you want. I'm adding all these things so all of them can dissolve at the same time. I don't want to waste much time in digging. So, but you can still do without this. This is just optional. So if you feel you don't like ogiri or you don't eat it, you can do without it. So everything is just your choice. So you now give it a good stir. So you stir it very well. Yeah, cooking is part of the things I enjoy doing. So that's why you always see me cooking. I enjoy cooking. I love good food because when you eat good food, you stay healthy. And when you eat out, always make sure you consider the water they use in preparing the food and every other thing. So put your health in check. Okay, now we're going to cover it and allow the cocoyam and the ogiri to dissolve very well before we can continue. Okay, now let's go there. Let's check our pots and see if the cocoyam has dissolved. So with our spoon, we have to stir it very well. I'm already salivating. Okay, now we'll need to put our crayfish. You can add more or reduce your own crayfish when doing yours. So I'm going to use our Maggi. Just I won't be taking much. Okay, at this stage, I'm going to be adding our dry fish. I added the dry fish late because I do not want it to scatter. So I still want to have chunk of it when we're done. So now I bring in our salt. Please, as I said earlier, be careful with your salt. You can adjust after testing. Like I said before, I do not want mine to be too thick or too light. That's why it's like this. So I have to test to know if I need to adjust the ingredients or not. Okay, for me this is cool. Yeah, so I need to cover it because of that dry fish. So you can incorporate very well. Then after that we'll come back and add the remaining ingredients and we'll call it a day. Okay. Okay, now let's go back to our soup and see if it's ready. You don't need me to tell you what the outcome from this soup will be. No, you don't expect me to tell you that because I know you can see very well. So we'll go quickly to introduce our vegetables to it and we'll call it a done. So this is our okaze, as Calabar used to call it, half and leaf. So after adding this, you stir it. Stir it very well. But kindly know that once you're adding your vegetable, the soup doesn't need to stay longer in the fire so you don't kill the vegetable. So I'm done with this, so I'm going to be adding our ogo. This is odogu soup. Please, it's not soup for everybody. Okay, so finally, we're going to be adding our periwinkle. Now, this is our Ofe Owerri. So I'm going to put up the gas because I don't want the vegetables to cook so much. So as you can see, we have plenty of orishirishi on it. So when you're making yours, please get plenty of orishirishi. Don't be stingy. You get it? If you don't get it, don't get it.
Step.
That's what done with our soup. This soup is for odogu. Please, if you are not an odogu, or if you don't know how to maintain an odogu biko, make sure you don't try this. Sit down, it's swallowing somewhere. Many animals inside. Too many orish. Thank you for watching us. I still remain my humble self and your best plug, Chef Chomzi Quality Kitchen. Please, for more details and for more information, you can follow us on Facebook at Chomzi Quality Kitchen, or you can also follow us on our Instagram page at Chef Chomzi Quality Kitchen. You can also follow us on TikTok at Chomzi TV and also on our YouTube page at Chef Chomzi TV.